Hello everyone, Draj here. Welcome back to RuneScape video. Now today we're doing another exploration guide. This one will be the safest and easiest way to get to Catherby. Now, it's not very far from Taverley, but there is a few ways you can do it. And if you're a little nervous of going through the White Wolf Mountain because there is some creatures there, there's actually a much easier way. Now, if you've seen the other videos, by now, you already know and already have the Port Sarim way unlocked. So the best bet is to actually use your lodestone to go to Port Sarim. And you'll soon see why. Now, this will cost you just a little bit of gold. I believe overall it'll cost you like maybe 60 gold, so it's not too much. But you want to go right over here to this ship that has a bunch of the guys, the sailors that are in the blue outfits. Pay the fare 30 gold. And then you're on your way to Karamja. Now since you're already at Karamja, here's another tip for you. Instead of, well, first off, you don't want to do the charter because that's going to cost you a lot more than you actually need to spend. But Karamja is going to be a place that you're going to come to quite frequently. Well, not too frequently. But you're mostly going to be coming to this area for Brimhaven. Now you will see that there is some creatures here, like there's a scorpion, but they are avoidable. If you follow along the northern coastline, not to mention, by the time you actually do get here, odds are you probably won't be bothering. Now in there is a Tizahar city. I'll actually explore that in a different video. This also is actually exploring, Brimhaven and Karamja towns as well. Now there is some further areas south, but for these two major cities, it's mainly for the fact of, you got the spirit tree thing, well, the spirit tree patch there, and right here you have the agility dungeon for Brimhaven. That's where you can earn tickets, and I will be doing a minigame guide later on for that. But just so you can see here, you can actually get some decent stuff from it. Now it says experience 1,000. It's just that's how many tickets it costs. You don't get 1,000 experience. You get way more than that. Alright, so you got the spirit tree up there. I mean, there's going to be a few clue scrolls you do here. A few quests you'll do here. But the notable things that are not quest related is the spirit tree, and then there's also fruit tree. But before I go any further on that regard, if you go just a little bit south, a little bit south when you pass the Brimhaven town, you'll see actually the lodestone for Karamja. So take this lodestone, right down there is another little town, but that is for the Taibowani, and it's mostly just for questing. So there's not really too much down there. Now, also up here is a crystal tree, which is something that can be notable. There's also a dungeon over there, but I will explore that one at a later date. And now here is the fruit tree patch. If you go up here again, there's a charter, but instead you do want to go to the pay the fair custom fair. Again, just a little bit of dialogue. Until you do certain things, you actually have to have them search. But it's not a big deal. I mean, 60 coins total. And then once you get all the... Wait, I went to the wrong area. Well, still, Karamja is not too far. Well, Catherby. Now, if you still want to get to Catherby, there is a few... Still, it's pretty easy. It's just a little bit more out about than going the traditional way over White Wolf Mountain. There's a few towns here that we could explore. But I want to bypass those, and we're just going to go straight over to the actual city we're looking for, which is Catherby. Because when we came in, you're in Ardone, then there's Sears, there's Camelot, and then there's Catherby. But we're mainly heading for Catherby. This is actually a main fishing city. You're going to probably use this until quite a long time, until you're actually in the... Now you can avoid these bats. I'm just taking a shortcut through. I would just recommend, following the road north. That's all you have to do. Then once you get to an intersection up here, just keep going east. Okay, but here's Catherby. Now if you remember the rework video, there is a little bit of changes to it. Right here is the bank. There is a farming patch in the north. My plants have died. There's a cooking range right by the bank. So that's one of the main things that's actually kind of important about this. And when you're here, don't forget to get your lodestone. There is a ranging shop in here. If you're a hardcore account, it can be very useful at lower levels, because you can actually get a great deal of bronze and some iron items, as well as some decent, some low level range gear to help you get started, if you can't craft it yourself already. Right here's a fishing shop. Now this isn't really too useful unless, maybe you need some fishing bait. That's all you're really going to want that for. But the main thing for this whole thing is right over here. This whole coastline starting right there by that light post, all the way over next to the rocks here, is your main fishing area until you actually get into the fishing guild. There's even a fisherman for the fish flingers, so don't forget to go to those as much as you can to get maximum amount of fishing XP, as well as some few unique rewards, which I'll actually show you some of the rewards since we're right here. You got a lot of outfit pieces, which will help you get more XP. And you also have a lot of this. You can get different types of fish. You also want to be able to get your tackle boxes all the way up. That'll help you get down the road. There's different things you can get here. You can have effects, tickets, and then just your regular, fish. But right over here also is a fruit tree patch, and that'll actually about do it. Now I'll show you a little bit if you follow the road. I saved this for the end just in case somebody doesn't want to follow the road. But now if you do want to follow the road, we'll follow the road for this time through here. And you'll see how much easier it is, because you get to completely avoid the badges, you get to completely avoid all dangers. So this way is the most worthwhile way. Not to mention, if you follow the road, you'll also be able to collect all the lodestones as you're going through. So like right there, that castle, that's Camelot. Right here is Sears. Now these I will be discussing in another video. I don't want to make these videos too long. Right here is also the Sears Lodestone. And you always, like I always say, you always want to make sure you get as many lodestones unlocked as soon as you can. Really helps your travel time. And then if you go down this way yet, a little bit of a fishing area here, but it's not too much of a big deal. You got a ranging guild. Right down in here, we're getting into the Ardone area. Now this is an area that is yet to receive a graphical rework, but I have a feeling it's probably in the works. Then you'll want to get your lodestone here. This is why all you have to really do is just follow the road north. Just one big circle. Completely safe this way. And then you're in Ardone. And if you head just a little bit further southeast, as you can see the ship there in the distance, and you're back at the ship. So if you want to take the safe route, just follow the road north and out around. If you want to take the quick route, just take the road and go over. But if you can take the quick route, you might as well just take the White Wolf Mountain Way. It's a lot simpler. This is mostly if you want to avoid all dangers. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got to learn a little bit more about how to get place to place. Thanks for watching. Until next time, later guys.